What's going on again? I'm back again with my rant. Of course, you know I'm on the Jodi Arias trial. Right now, you know they're debating on whether they have to talk to jury number 5, see whether she made some remarks that's going to hinder the case or something like that, or jury number 5 would have talked to me and said something like, "Hey, man, man, she is crazy. She lying. She this and that." I mean, come on now. That's not gonna make me deter. That's not gonna make me deter from anything. My mind is still gonna be made up. I don't care what kind of jury can talk to me about the case. I'm still gonna remain adamant on my decision, which is guilty. I know it's not gonna be declared no mistrial, so they might as well hang it up. Defense is trying to pull out all kind of tricks of the trade, so they can, get this thing mistrial. But that's not gonna happen. Like I say, if a jury had to say something to me, it's not going to persuade me either way. It's guilty. I don't think, from the testimony that I've heard from everybody, there's no jury on that panel that is going to persuade me otherwise. Alice LaViolette, she's the one that's going over domestic violence and whatnot. First of all, I mean, don't get me wrong, she's very good. I was falling asleep a little bit off and on because everything's pretty much generalized. She's talking about every single case in the book that she's been through. And to me, she's pretty much just wasting her breath. I mean, but Juan Martinez, he's just over there like, because he don't have to say anything. Matter of fact, if I was Juan and she was done, I would have just stood up and said, "No further questions, Your Honor." Because I mean, all he needs is just one little question. All he has to do is just sit up there and ask her, "Alice, is it possible that anyone can lie to you?" That's it. That's all you have to ask. Is it possible that anyone can lie to you? It's very simple for a lady like Jodi, the liar that she is, can walk up to a domestic violence person, psychologist, whatever you want to call them, walk up to her crying with bruises on her face. They can be self-inflicted. The domestic violence lady will not know that. Walk up to her crying, talking about she was abused by her boyfriend. You know what? At least 85%, 90% of psychologists, psychiatrists, whatever you want to call them, is going to believe the lady. Especially with a bruise on her face, black eye, bleeding from her nose. It's easy to persuade somebody that she's been abused. So, that right there, Martin, he don't have to waste 5 minutes on her. After that, it's like no further questions. Just walk off. That's it. Because I know that lady is not going to sit there and say that nobody can lie to her. I know Alice has been lied to. She talks like she ain't never been lied to, like she can read everybody like the back of the book. She acts like she can just tell right off the back whether somebody's been abused or not. Psychologically, she thinks, she can tell. But does she know that probably half those cases they lied to her? I mean, she's going off on these stories and stuff. Well, what if those stories were lies? I mean, what if they were lies? Because some people need that type of validation from a psychologist so they can, get away with things, And anybody would go to the extreme to do something like that. I've known somebody for 20 years that's been lying to a psychiatrist every month for 20 years. They walk in there, they act crazy, they do their little spiel, and they walk out with a medication. And then they get paid every month. That easy. And a psychiatrist thinks they've been nailing them for the last 20 years, think that they've been giving them the right diagnosis for 20 years, and they've been getting lied to. It happens. Alice, Jodi has been lying to you. You're basing all your conclusions on lies. So anyways, stay tuned.